Hello, it is Matt, and welcome to me. And this, again, I am a bit time poor today, but I thought I'd just have a quick chat to you all, about this guitar again. And I wanted to, I'm sitting in the corner again. Well, as the British would say, am sat in a corner. I've got this guitar, and I was just doing a little bit of a tweak on it, and I broke a string. You might have remembered me saying that I've put sacrificial strings on this guitar. They're just sort of cheap Diodario strings that I put on to do the nut, because I know that I was going to stress the strings making the nut. Detuning, retuning, detuning, retuning, blah 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 blah. That really stresses the metal in the strings, and they can snap. And lo and behold, one snapped, and it snapped up here. And that may be indicative that the tuner's not the best tuner in the world, and it's got a little sharp edge on it, which is probably true. But it's also time for me to put new strings on this anyway, before I give it away. And I don't actually have any of the strings that I wanted to put on, so it's going to have to wait. So I thought I would have a quick chat to you about what this guitar is actually worth. So I bought this guitar with my own money, and I think it was $298. Maybe it was $300. It was $300. It's a $300 guitar. Now, what have I done to it? I've given it a setup, and I've replaced some stuff. So let's just go through that. So, $300 for the guitar. I got a new bridge for it. That bridge, I think, was $50. It might have been a bit cheaper, but let's just go with $50, because you might have to factor in shipping and all that sort of stuff into the cost. So if you were going to buy a new bridge, that's about what you'd be up for. I did put a new nut on it. I would charge. It kind of depends on the nut. Depends how easy it goes. Depends what it's made out of. But roughly, it's kind of like $40 to $60. So let's go $50 for a nut. I put new strings on it. So these are $10 strings, but I'm actually going to put on Elixir strings, which are, I think, $20 at the moment. I replaced the electronics. So I put a new Switchcraft jack on it. I put 2 CTS pots in it. So the jack's about $5 maybe. The pots are about $5 each, I think. Maybe a bit more. Let's go with $5 each. And a new switch, which I think is about $15, $20. A little bit of wire and a little bit of shielding stuff. So let's just call that another $5. And my time. Okay, so I would usually charge about $60 to do a full rewire of a guitar. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. Again, depends on how easy it is and how much I like you as a person. And a setup. So my standard setup price is $110 plus parts. So we'll just put $110 on the total. Now, that's in Australian dollars, if you care about that. So I think that adds up to 600 and something, 630. Now, $300 for guitar and 300 and something for my work and parts. I ask this question aloud. Does that make it a $650 guitar? If I was to sell this guitar, and I was just like not going to give it away, or even if I'm going to give it away, would you feel like you're getting a $600 guitar? Or would you feel like you're getting a $300 guitar? Is this lipstick on a pig? Or is it actually worth more now? And I know there's lots of shops that seem to do, they'll get a cheap guitar and upgrade heaps of stuff. They'll do everything to it, which is great. Fantastic. and then they'll charge thousands of dollars more, which is interesting to me, because lots of people ask if I'll do that, and I just actually won't. I think it's a bit weird because, number one, nobody asked for it. If you're doing work that nobody asked for, I don't think that's an ethical thing to do, and then charge them for it. But when it becomes a different instrument or a better instrument, then, maybe that's just how it plays out. Maybe this guitar is now a $600 guitar. Maybe because I videoed it and it's like famous among 7 people who keep asking me about it. Maybe it's $20,000, but it's not. Okay, it's a $300 guitar with some bits on it. It's a bit better. In my books, I would not be calling this a $500 guitar, or even a $350 guitar. It's a $300 guitar. I've done work to it. It is much better than the next one off the shop. But I don't know. I'm curious to see how people feel about what have I increased the value, or have I just done my job? I feel like I've just done my job. And I don't know. When you get your car fixed at the mechanic, is it suddenly worth more money, or is it just working? I would err on that side where it's just operational. Feel free to feel differently about that. I've got to go. I've got stuff to do. I'm going to put some new strings on that. I'm going to give it a play. I'm going to maybe sucker some people in to play it in front of you, so you can see and maybe get their opinion. Maybe I have to do some secret camera thing and trick them. But now they've seen this, I haven't thought that through. Anyway, have a good week. Get some rest. That's all you get today. See ya.